When the child tells the truth against the wish of their parents, they get away with it. You're welcome to another episode. And today we're going to complete section 1, if I'm right, though it's not mentioned in the chapter. Yeah, but it's section 1. So today we're going to begin with sign 8 of section 1 of Surah Al-Kahf of the Holy Quran. Surah Al-Kahf being Surah of the Cave. Uh, وَإِنَّا لَجَائِلُونَ مَا عَلَيْهَا سَعِيدًا جُرُزًا سَعِيدًا جُرُزًا. Verily, what is on earth we shall make but as dust and dry soil. Yes, so remember, when you die, your body becomes dust and dry soil. And even metals, when metals rust, they become dust and dry soil. So inna lajailuna ma alayha sa'idan jurzan. Alayha refers to the earth. Remember, the earth has been mentioned in the previous verse. So alayha is on it. But our noble interpreters want us to know that it is the earth, because the earth was mentioned in the previous sign, al-ardi. Okay, commentary 2333. Commentary 2333. The fairest sights on the earth will become as dust and waste when this earth vanishes and true spiritual values are restored. Like I said, both animate and inanimate things will become dust. Will become dust at the end of the world. Become dust and dry soil. They become part of the earth, actually. In any case, they were from the earth. All right. That it is only one commentary. Now we go to sign 9. Am am asabta an hasibta an asabul kaf warakimi kanu min ayatina ajaban. Am hasabta an ashabul kaf wa arrakimi kanu min ayatina ajaban. Or dost thou, or doest thou think, Hasabta, or doest thou think, Hasabta, that the companions of the cave, and Ashab al-Kahf, that the companions of the cave, and of the inscription, were Arrakimi inscription, Kanu min ayatina ajaban, were wonders among our signs? Do you think that the companions of the cave and the inscription were wonders among our signs? 2335. No, 2234 first, and then 2335. We haven't finished the verse yet. Let's do that first. And the question were wonders among. Oh, we finished it. We've done with the whole sign. So commentary 2334 and then commentary 2335. And also 2336. The commentaries are threefold. Yes, the commentary, sorry, the commentary is threefold. So the first one is uh, against the word has think, hasapta. The second one, kiv. The third one, inscription, arakim. Let's go. Three, three, four. A wonderful story of allegory is now referred to, full stop. Its lessons are one, the relativity of time, and two, the unreality of the positions of oppressor and oppressed. The unreality of the position of oppressor and oppressed, persecutor and persecuted on this earth. Let's take note of that. I did not repeat it, but I will. Uh, the unreality of the position of the oppressor and the oppressed, and the persecutor and the persecuted on this earth. And three, third point, the truth of the final resurrection, comma, when true values, when true values will be restored. And four, the potency of faith and prayer to lead to the right. The potency of faith and prayer to lead to the right. RIGHT. Okay, we now go to 2335. The first one was against uh, thinking as to. Then the second one is against the word keep, 2335. Mm. The unbelieving Kurish were in the habit of putting powers, sorry, were in the habit of putting poses to the holy prophet, dash, questions, putting poses to the holy prophet, dash, questions which they got from Christians and Jews. Okay. Mm. Which they thought the prophet would be unable to answer. Full stop. In this way, they hoped to discredit him. Oh my God, this is happening today. They hoped to discredit him. Mm. One of these questions was about the floating Christian story of the seven sleepers of Ephesus. Ephesus is a place. Capital Ephesus, Ephesus. Of the seven sleepers of Ephesus. Uh, full stop. The prophet not only told them the main story, but pointed out the variations that were current, comma, and rebuked men for disputing about such details, into brackets, chapter 18, 22. That's this very chapter, and we shall get there, 22. Full stop, brackets close, full stop. Most important of all, he treated the story under inspiration. Under inspiration is in brackets. Most important of all, he treated the story as a parable pointing to lessons of the highest value. Pointing to lessons of the highest value. Full stop. This is revelation in the highest sense of the term. Full stop. The story is recapitulated in note 2237 below. We yet to go to there. We yet to get there. Okay. Now we're going to commentary 2336 to the same sign, sign 9, 2336. And it explains the word Rakim, inscription. Rakim, inscription. It's like the word Rakib, which is washing, watchman. So, but here it's not Rakim, but Rakim, inspiration. uh, and it said Rakim equals, and the commentary is Rakim equals inscription. Rakim equals inscription. So interpreted by the so interpreted by the uh, jelly lane. Oh my God! I have to look for my touch. I don't even know where I've left it. My eyesight is rather bad. Let me see if I can. Yes. 36. I start again. 2336 Rakim equals inscription. So interpreted by the Jalalain. So interpreted by the Jalalain. Jalalain spelled capital J-A-L-A. The second A is lengthened. Then L-A-I and Jalalain. And the majority of commentators agree. And the majority of commentators agree. See note 2237 below again. This is the second time we are being referred to the following note, to a note after this one, immediately after this one, and that is to the next verse. That note is of the next verse sign below. Then others think it was the name of the dog. Full stop. See chapter 18, this very sign. This very chapter 18, sign 18, and note 2350 below. So this note is far below. So let's go, and that is the third commentary to sign 9. We now go to sign 10, the commentary to which is 2337, which we've been referred to earlier. Let's see. Is our alfit is our alfitiatun is our alfitiatu ila alkahfi fakalu rabbana atina min ladunka rahmatan atina min ladunka rahmatan. Behold is the youths betook themselves, our alfitnatin, the youth, our alfitnatin betook themselves ila al-kahfi, alfitnatu youth, our alfitnatu ila al-kahf, to the cave. Fakalu rabbana atina min ladunka rahmatan. Then they said, our Lord, bestow on us mercy from thyself. Mercy is rahmatan min ladunka, from thyself. Wahayun lana min amarna rashada. Wahayyin lana min amarna rashada. And dispose of our affairs amarna hayin dispose of our affairs amarna for us in the right way rashada mean amarna rashada in the right way dispose of our affairs dispose of our affair not affairs dispose of our affair for us in the right manner hayun lana min amarna rashadan in the right manner or in the right way. So let's get to the the number, the commentary 2337, which we've been waiting for, as well as the next commentary 2238. Two commentaries at a go, for the same sign. Okay, 2237. Uh, the bare Christian story, into brackets, without the spiritual lessons taught in the Quran, brackets closed. So let's now read without the brackets. The true Christian story is told in Gibbon's decline and fall of the Roman Empire, into brackets, end of chapter 33. So this is a book written by a man called Gibbon. And we're told here that the true Christian story is told in Gibbon's book, which is titled Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire. Then into brackets, end of chapter 33. We haven't gotten there yet. Bracket close, full stop. In the reign of the Roman emperor who persecuted the Christians, 7 Christian youths of Ephesus left the town and hid themselves in a cave in a mountain nearby. So this is good history for us. We think the Romans are strongly associated with Christianity. No, history tells us that their emperor actually persecuted the Christians. They didn't like them, and 7 of them, is it 7 or 9, had to hide themselves in the cave. Hmm? Uh, let's see the number. It's told of Jesus. 7, yes, 7 Christian youths of, of Ephesus left the town and hid themselves in a cave in a mountain nearby. So this commentary is a confirmation that the Roman Emperor Constantinople or Constantine or whatever it is actually joined Christianity not out of his own will, but because he couldn't conquer the Christians and therefore injected his own ideas into Christianity. He had the power to do that and change the course of Christian uh, doctrine, if you like. Mhm. There is one emperor who actually persecuted the Christians from this commentary. Then Constantinople, I think with wisdom, said no, he will take Christianity and manipulate it rather to suit his desires. Okay, let's see. 7 Christian youths of Ephesus left the town and had themselves in a cave in a mountain nearby. They fell, they fell asleep and remained asleep for some generations or centuries. When the wall which sealed them up the cave, when the wall which sealed them up the cave was being demolished, the youths awoke. So you see, they were running from persecution. The youths awoke. Full stop. They still thought of the world in which they had previously lived. This is an interesting story, sad though, mm, in which they had previously lived. They had no idea of the duration of time. They just fell asleep, and that was all. And they thought it was one day, but it was centuries, 3 centuries. Mm. They had no idea of the duration of time, full stop. But when one of them went to the town to purchase provisions with his old coins, they asked him, "Where are you from?" "We don't know this coin. We don't know this currency. If you like." Hmm? Well, that's my own injection. Huh? But when one of them went to the town to purchase provisions, he found that the whole world had changed. Well, this is not the first time that I'm reading it. I read it maybe some years back, and I'm recollecting what I read. Hmm? They found that the whole world had changed. The Christian religion, instead of being persecuted, was fashionable. That's the power of God. God wanted it to be fashionable. The Roman emperors did not like it. They passed away. God made them to pass away and then made the Christian religion fashionable. And who says Christian, the Christians are not liked by God or by Muslims? Mm. So this is another sign that Christianity is a religion of God, mm, even though it would have been better for them to accept the Quran as well, and most of them do accept it as well. Okay, being persecuted was fashionable. Colon. In fact, it was now the state religion. Yes, after being captured by people like Constantine, mm, it was now the state religion. Full stop. His dress and speech and the money which he brought seemed to belong to another world. That's why I say they ask, "Where are you from? Who are you? And where are you from?" Eh? Okay. In fact, it was now his dress. He was still wearing the same clothes, the same dress that he went into the cave with. Let me repeat it. His dress and speech and the money which he brought seemed to belong to another world. Full stop. The, this attracted attention. Of course, it will attract attention. They say, "Hey, look at this man. Where is he from? Where is this coin? What are we going to do with it? What does he want to buy? Oh, give it to him free. Oh, what? A whole lot of this." Eh? I'm imagining that I was there. Hmm? This attracted attention, full stop. The great ones of the land visited the cave and verified the tale by questioning the man's companions. So, of course, they'll follow him back to the cave and say, "Where are you from?" That's why I say, "Where are you from?" Of course, subsequently, they will follow him back to the cave and question his companions as well, his other companions as well. Okay, that's not the end of the commentary. 73, is it 3? Yeah, 2337. That's not the end. Then we have a part of it, commentary, a part of it as in a paragraph. So, paragraph. When the story became very When the story became very popular and circulated throughout the Roman Empire, we may well suppose that an inscription was put up at the mouth of the cave. Yes. So this is where the Rakim came, Rakim inscription. An inscription. Where is it? The commentator is speculating. We may well suppose that an inscription was put up at the mouth of the cave. Full stop. See verse 9 to note. See verse 9 and note 2336, where the word inscription was mentioned. Full stop. This inscription was probably to be seen for many years afterwards, as Ephesus was a famous city on the west coast of Asia Minor, about 40 to 50 miles south of Smyrna. Smyrna is spelled capital Smyrna, capital Smyrna, to the south of Smyrna. I don't know if that place still exists. If that place still exists with its name, I don't know. Maybe some maybe viewers can tell me, can find out, can do their own research or their own finding and tell me or let us know. South of Smyrna, full stop. Later on, the Halifa, Warthik, the Halifa called Warthik, eh, into brackets, 842 to 846 AD. That's when the Halifa Warthik lived, or some will say Warsik, but I will say Halifa Warthik lived. 842 to 846 AD, bracket closed, sent an expedition to examine the identity, to examine and identify the locality, as he did about the Zulkarnain barrier in Central Asia, as he did about the Zulkarnain barrier in Central Asia. This is a very long commentary, 2337. We still continue another paragraph. A popular story circulating, from mouth to mouth would necessarily be vague as to dates, and very, very much in details. Should I repeat that? A popular story circulating from mouth to mouth would necessarily be vague as to dates and very, very much in details. Full stop. Somewhere about the 6th century AD, a Syriac writer reduced it to writing. Full stop. He suggested that the youths were 7 in number. This according to the Syriac writer. He suggested that the youths were 7 in number, but they went to sleep in the reign of the Emperor Decius, into brackets, who reigned from 249 to 251 AD. Of course, that was after the birth of Christ, because these were Christians. And the Emperor Decius is spelled capital Decius. So, of course, by the time they came out, I don't think Decius was alive. 3 centuries. Okay, also, who, into brackets, who reigned from 249 AD to 251 AD, and who was a violent persecutor of Christians. Of course, that was why they ran to the cave. So, from the previous persecutor, I've forgotten his name. Yes, you can go back. 49 to 251 AD, who was a violent persecutor of Christians, brackets closed. Then semicolon. And that they awake in the reign of Theodosius II. So they slept during the reign of one emperor, like I said, you couldn't have been alive. When they awoke, that emperor was not there, and another came. Eh? Maybe another and another, maybe another emperor and another came. And the emperor, the last emperor when of their awakening was called Theodosius the second. Theodosius is spelled capital Theodosius. Theodosius, who reigned from 408 to 550 AD. mm. So that's about the 3 centuries. Mm, mm. Uh, Decius ruled 249 to 251, and Theodosius reigned 408 to 450 AD. Okay, full stop. In our literature, Decius, in our literature, Decius is known as as Dacianus. Decius is known as Dacianus from the adjectival Latin from Decianus. Mm. So it's Latin word called Decianus. D capital Decianus. That's in brackets. And so let's say Dacianus is synonymous with Decianus. Dacianus synonymous with Decianus. Bracket close, comma. And then, and the name stands as a symbol of injustice. The name stands as a symbol of injustice and oppression. So, like I said, the Romans actually didn't like Christians. But the power of God is so strong, they couldn't do anything. They accepted it and changed things. And now it looks like the Christians are an inspiration of the Romans, or the vice versa, or Romans are an inspiration of Christians, whichever way you like it. Uh, Injustice and oppression, comma, and also of things old fashioned and out of date. Out of date is hyphenated, as res deciana, as res deciana must have been 2 or 3 centuries after Decius. Mm. Res deciana, should I spell it? Res deciana, RES capital DECIANAE. Res deciana. Must have been 2 or 3 centuries after Decius. And that's the end of commentary 2338 to sign 10. To sign, no, no, 2337, sorry, rather. And that's the end of commentary 2337 to sign 9, rather. To sign 9. Now we go to sign 10. Now we go to sign 10. And what does it? No, no, no. I'm sorry. 2337 is rather sign 10. Now we go to sign 11. Oh, what am I doing? No, to sign 10. To sign 9 rather. To sign 9. Sign 9 having 2 commentaries, 2337 and 2338. So we're now going to commentary 2338 to sign the second commentary to sign 10. Second commentary to sign 10, 2338. Namshi. The youths hid in the cave, but they trusted in God, Allah, or Allahu, They trusted in God, Allah, and made over their whole case to Him, God, in prayer. So while in the cave, they were also praying. Even before entering, they also prayed. They prayed as well, like Jonah or Eunice, who prayed while in the belly of the fish. Thus, these are the wonders of God. Oh, how beautiful it is if you are in danger and you keep on praying. You remember Joseph too, who was praying in the prison, huh? While preaching to prisoners. So the faithful ones always pray. Yes, I remember I was locked up in cell unjustly, and I also prayed. May God pardon me for comparing myself to the prophets. Mm. But it's not bad because they do it to inspire us to lead their lives. I mean the prophets. Mm. Listen, uh, over their whole case to him in prayer. Full stop. Then they apparently fell asleep. How wonderful it is to be praying and then you sleep. That's what God expects us to do. But our last prayer, Isha, and indeed, even after Isha, when you are going to bed, it's recommended you pray and then sleep. When you wake up, you pray at waking up. Mm. So then they apparently fell asleep and knew nothing of what was happening in the world outside. Of course, they knew nothing. Otherwise, they wouldn't go with old coins to buy things after 300 years. Mm. All right. And that's the end of sign commentary 2338 to sign 10. Now we go to sign 11. Mm. Uh, فَضَرَبْنَا عَلَى آذَانِهِمْ فِي الْكَهْفِ سِنِينًا عَدَدًا سِنِينًا عَدَدًا. Uh, then we drew into brackets a veil. Then we drew into brackets a veil. Or with our brackets we read, then we drew over their ears, uh, azan him over their ears, azan him for a number of years in the cave. Sinini adadan. Fi azanihim yes, ala azanihim over their ears, fil kahf in the cave, sininan adadan for a number of years. Mm. Into brackets, so they heard not. So they heard not the veil on the ears. So they couldn't even hear any sound outside. They were just there like that in another world, a world of their own, a special world of their own. Mm. And that is the end of sign 11. The commentary to it is 2339. 2339, let's go there. Uh, drew a veil, yes, drew is a veil. Darabna ala asanhim, drew a veil over their ears, i.e., sealed their ears, i.e., sealed their ears like of superglue, sealed their ears so that they had nothing. Full stop. As they were in the cave, they saw nothing either. So, in other words, this sealed as well. They saw nothing as they were in the cave. They saw nothing. It was not sealed, but of course they couldn't see. And you know the cave is dark. They saw nothing. Full stop. So they completely cut off from other world. So they were completely cut off. Pardon me. So they were completely cut off from the outer world. Full stop. It was as if they had died, comma, with their knowledge and ideas remaining at the point of time when they had entered the cave. So all that they knew was the time that they entered the cave. Mm. Okay, full stop. It is as if a watch stops at the exact moment of some accident, and anyone taking it up afterwards can, can precisely fix the time of the accident. Full stop. And that was commentary 2339 to sign 11. We now go to sign 12. I think we're getting close to the end of the section. Yes, section 12 ends section 1. Mm. Let's get the section 12. Mhm. Tumma ba'atnahum linalama ayun ayun hisnaini. ثم بدأناهم لنعلم أي الحسنين أي الحسنين أحصى 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 لما لبثوا أمدا. Pardon me for bad reading. ثم then بعدناهم, we roused them. بعدناهم, we roused them لنعلم, to know, in order to test them. لنعلم ayun husnaini, in order to test them, or in order to test which of the two parties was best. لنعلم ayun husnaini, the two parties. Asa was the best. Lima lebetu amadan, the best of the two parties was best, as calculating the term of years they had tarried. Mm? Libad Hasana Lima Labitu Amadan, at calculating the term of years they had tarried. And there is a commentary to the best part. Two parties was the best, and commentary to read 2341. But before then, there is another one, first one, 2340. So let's go there. 2340. Rouse them. It's against the word rouse them. Then we raise them. Ba'at nahum. We rouse them. Or raise them up from the sleep. Ba'at nahum. Either rouse them. So the commentator could have used this word either. Either they rouse them or raise them up from their sleep, or whatever condition they had fallen into brackets 1818, brackets close. So we roused them so that they began to perceive the things around them, but only with the memories of the time at which they had ceased to be in touch with the world. That time there. Then we go to that's commentary 2340. We now go to 2341. What is it against? Against which of the two parties was best? Okay, 2341. When they awoke to consciousness, they had lost all count of time, full stop, though they had all entered together. Though they had all entered together, that into the cave together, and lain together in same place for the same length of time. Full stop, comma. Oh, I should read it better. Let me read it better. Try to read it better. When they awoke to consciousness, they had lost all count of time, full stop. Though they had all entered together and lain together in the same place for the same length of time, their impressions of the time they had passed were quite different. Of course, each one has his own impression. Mm. Full stop. Time is thus related to our own internal experience. Full stop. We have to learn the lesson that men as good as uh, ourselves may yet we have to learn the lesson that men as good as ourselves may yet differ as to their reactions to certain facts. Yes, comma, and that in such matters disputes are unseemly, and that in such matters duties disputes are unseemly. Full stop. It is best to say God knows best. It is best to say God knows best. Mhm. Uh, oh, where am I? It's best to say God knows best, and we are into brackets 1819. Into brackets 1819, and that was commentary 2341 to sign 12. 2341 to sign 12, uh, which happens to be the last sign of section 1 of chapter 18 of the Holy Quran. We shall pause here to continue with section 2 in our next episode, God willing. And section 2 begins with sign 13. Uh, Thank you very much. Ila likai. Bye bye. Au revoir. And may God be with you all.